How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the Wine and Wellness Week Winter Wonderland and Holiday Party. My name is Jamie Dorley. We'll be talking today about cardiovascular health and the cholesterol myth. So what can you do about cardiovascular health? Because sometimes it doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's still the number one cause of death in the U.S., right? You guys are aware of that, right? Doesn't have the sexy name like Lyme disease or certain other things, but it's still the number one thing that has the most likelihood to take you down. Unfortunately, this past Saturday, one of our clients, a medical doctor, functional medicine medical doctor, great shape, great person, took care of himself, and he had cardiac arrest and passed away. So, that's still the number one thing that we got to be focused on. So it's more than just cholesterol. And we're talking about what are some of the other biomarkers you want to look at. And you really need to make sure you're getting some of this other testing done because there's a lot of what we call silent inflammation occurring, right? Which can be the leading cause of cardiovascular disease or congestive heart failure. We put these wellness weeks on 5 times a year. Has everyone been here before? Anybody? Yes, you guys have all been here before? Anyone here the first time? Welcome. Thanks for coming. And thanks for returning to folks that have been here before. So the whole idea of our program is that we want to get you healthy and then keep you healthy. It's like I tell my kids, it's much easier to clean a room when the room's clean, right? So if you're keeping yourself healthy and doing the right things, if something does come up, it's usually not as intense and the duration isn't as long, right? So we do the wellness weeks because when you have a wellness experience, is it positive? Generally very positive, right? You go to work out, you take a vitamin, you hire a personal trainer, you do yoga, you go to Whole Foods. So the wellness experiences are usually very positive. Get chiropractic work done, you see a national medical doctor, whatever it may be. So generally you have a very positive wellness experience. So we want to have the wellness week so you can come to a place and have a great wellness experience with free healthy food, right? We do over 35 workshops this week. We do product demonstrations every day. Today, Dan McPherson is actually volunteering his time and doing ISIRA testing. So if you haven't had it done yet, please sign up for it. That's actually free today. In addition, we have healthcare professionals answer any of your questions, free samples in the back. And if you want to buy anything, everything's on deep discounts, including this 50 and 75% off shelf, right? So what do you guys need to do? What's your responsibility? To come back, right? And then maybe bring somebody with you. So it's a pretty good deal because you get all those things for free. And if you have a health challenge or a health condition, you can meet with somebody and sit down and go over what your situation is. This gentleman here, I don't think he met with anyone with an appointment. You were just at the last wellness event and Doc made some recommendations for you, right? Yeah. So sometimes you get lucky and you don't even need to have an appointment. If you come during the wellness week, we may be able to help you one-on-one without even having an appointment. So it just depends. So everyone got a copy of the handout? Yes? Okay. So it's still the number one leading cause of death in the U.S. for males and females. About almost 65 million people live with heart disease, right? So when you look at it overall, is cholesterol really to blame? But if you look about over 500,000 people die per year from heart disease in the U.S., that's about 1 in every 4 deaths. So about 25% of the deaths that occur are from heart disease. Now, cholesterol has been really the victim in all this, right? Cholesterol has been the one to blame. But they've been using cholesterol drugs for how long in the country? How long? You guys have seen the commercials, right? Lipitor's been around what, 15 years, 10 years, 20 years? Yeah, it's been around a while, over 20 years, right? And is heart disease going down? No. So if we're lowering all the cholesterol, but we're still dying at an alarming rate, what's missing? That's what we're talking about today, this whole myth on just cholesterol being, the most important factor. There's a lot of markers we got to look at above and beyond just cholesterol. So what percentage of people who have a heart attack have normal cholesterol? Do you guys know? It's almost half, right? So almost half the people that have normal cholesterol are the ones that are suffering from a heart attack. So what's more dangerous, cholesterol medications that use to lower it? So when we look at these medications, these are called statin medications, right? It's a whole group of medications. Simvastatin, Lipitor, Zocor. What happened to Bacor? That was Bayer's cholesterol med, right? It was pulled off the market. Why? All the side effects, right? So we're going to talk about what is the main side effect, because how do these cholesterol drugs work? Does anyone know? Good. They stop the production of cholesterol. Where is that production of cholesterol occurring? In the liver. Okay, the enzyme it shuts down is called HMG CoA reductase. Anything ends in the ASC is an enzyme, right? So this HMG CoA reductase enzyme that creates the cholesterol is shut off. What else does that enzyme produce? CoQ10, right? So you see now when you shut down the production of cholesterol using a statin, that also shuts down about 40 to 50% of the production of CoQ10. And what do we have CoQ10 in our body for? What does it do? It produces energy. And where does it produce energy? In the muscle. And three important organs: the brain, the liver, and the heart. So you see how you can have some side effects associated with the medication if you're shutting down your energy production in your muscle. So what are some of the side effects people have with cholesterol meds? Pain in the muscle, yeah. Your energy levels source is going down. You have more pain. You're going to lose more muscle. You're going to be tired and fatigued. And generally when you go back to the doc and explain that, hey, now I'm starting to feel tired, what do they say? Oh, you're getting old, you're not normal, just take a nap, no big deal. Doc, I'm getting these bad pains in my legs. No problem, just take Soma, it's a muscle relaxer, no big deal, right? Or to give you an antidepressant. So a lot of ways they're going that, these new symptoms you have are a direct effect, not a side effect, a direct negative effect of the medication. So anytime you take a medication, you need to look up the information and what the potential side effects are. And where do you find that information? Right in the insert. It comes with the bottle. They give it to you. You guys got to open up though. It's about, it gets really big when you open it. So look at the PDR. It's the physician desk reference. You can buy it at Giant Eagle for about $10 or the bookstore. That has all the medications in it. And here's the side effects listed of statin medication, things like Lipitor. I only named a couple things, but pain, abnormal heart, allergies, accidental injury. How's that occur? Alzheimer's. Why would you get potential side effect of Alzheimer's? What did I say the three main organs you store CoQ10? One of it's the brain. And CoQ10 is a great antioxidant. It helps with all the production that's required for the brain. So that's just saying one of the main causes of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia right now in the country is the overutilization of statin medications. So this is not a debate, okay? I don't care what your doctor says. If they don't know this, they either haven't done the research or they're lying. My guess is they're ignorant, meaning they don't know it. Ignorant does not mean dumb. It means you don't know something. So how would they know this if they never got trained in it or never looked it up? So it's not a debate anymore. All the research is out there. This is just an example of one. Established that cholesterol-lowering drugs such as statins block CoQ10 production. There's no controversy over this. Lipitor and other statins have been shown to cause a 40% reduction in the level of CoQ10. So the research is out there. It's not a debate anymore. It's been proven. This was a study published in the Georgian Medicine News 2005. Looked at what are some of the recommendations. One was CoQ10. Free radicals lead to heart disease as well. So CoQ10 and maybe magnesium are your 1-2 punch for heart health. They may be in things like the Power Fuel, the Power Q600, or the Cardio Stack. But CoQ10 and minerals, including magnesium, are your first-line therapy for cardiovascular health and your heart health. Magnesium, or minerals, maybe all the minerals, or just magnesium. Anyone see the great article in the Post-Gazette last Wednesday before Thanksgiving? What was it on? Yeah, what article? I'm asking if you saw the article. Yeah, you saw it? Yeah, it was great. I have copies of it if you guys need them. So this talked about the importance of magnesium, where do you get magnesium from, and why are we so deficient in it. But they put it directly in correlating with blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, AFib. It's all right there. This is in the Post-Gazette. So they found in this study, which showed high levels of cholesterol but no evidence of heart disease, were given the best-selling statin. 71%. Wow, 3 out of 4 people. 3 out of 4 people developed a problem with their heart muscle that goes with heart failure. And just by giving them a supplement of 300 milligrams of CoQ10, reversed the problem for about half. So about 30, 35 people were able to reverse the problem just by adding in CoQ10. Do we have anything that has 300 milligrams of CoQ10 in it? Yeah, it's called Power Q600. If you learn anything today, learn about that formula. 300 milligrams of CoQ10, 300 milligrams of DMG dimethylglycine. So that's called Power Q600, and it comes in a chewable wafer for great absorbability and assimilation. So many people now take CoQ10 along with the statins as a precaution. If you're on a statin and feel maybe causing you problems, you should add this in. So, simple supplement makes life more livable for statin users experiencing side effects. A new study found 32 people treated with hyperlipidemia. What's that? High cholesterol, lipids, right? Like I said it before, the HMG-CoA reductase enzyme. That's called a statin, right? Statin medication. So you have these people, and they were assigned a double-blind placebo-controlled study. So they got CoQ10, 100 milligrams a day, or vitamin E. That was given as a placebo. And when they found CoQ10, because both supplements were in similar appearance, so muscle pain and muscle interference activities were assessed before and after. So they gave me the CoQ10 or vitamin E as a placebo because they look very similar, right? And what did they find? After 30 days, pain severity was decreased by 40%, and pain interference with daily activities decreased by 38%. So about a 40% change in pain in only 30 days. On how much? 100 milligrams. Not the 300 that was looked at previously, 100 milligrams. So you may not need that. In contrast, no pain or pain interference was associated with the vitamin E group. So this is the ATP3, Adult Treatment Panel 3 guidelines. This is from the NIH, the National Institute of Health. And what this looks at is what are the guidelines for people to help with early detection and the management of the lipids. So it's interesting. Let's take a look. It says everyone with elevated LDLs should be treated with lifestyle therapies. Oh, really? That are effective. Lifestyle changes are the most cost-effective means to reduce risks of coronary heart disease. Wow. So the National Institute of Health has admitted with their Adult Treatment Panel 3 guidelines for cardiovascular prevention that lifestyle is the most effective treatment and the most what? Cost effective. Because we spend plenty of money in this country on medicine, right? But we're still not getting the results that we should be, especially for the amount of money we spend. So here's what they looked at. LDLs optimally would be less than 100 per day. So HDL and LDL, which one's the healthy one? HDL? Yeah, so you can remember H for healthy, right? Doesn't mean the LDL is bad. It just means that you want to have balance between the two. You need both of them. Some bring lipids away from the heart. Some bring lipids to the heart to be burned. So HDLs, we want them over 40. Okay? LDLs under 100, HDLs over 40. Total cholesterol, maybe 200, 220, 240. All good. I graduated school in 91, and high cholesterol then was over 240. Now they're trying to get down to 180, which I think is way too low. So the underlying causes, you guys know these, right? Poor dietary habits, too much processed carbs and sugar. That's what that means. Processed carbs means sugar. Breads, bagels, donuts, muffins, right? Sodas, alcohol, too much processed sugar. Little or zero activity. I'm surprised people, are moving less and less. Our bodies are made to move. How much exercise do you need a week? Maybe a half hour a day, right? But you don't need to do it all in one day. You don't need to do 3.5 hours in one day. Spread it out over a course of a week. But you should be active also with your lifestyle. And that starts with walking, right? Very easy, free. You can do it anywhere. And if it's weather's poor, you can even walk in place in your house or walk up and do the step test, right? So you can always get that in no matter what. But you got to look at weight, smoking, diabetes, medications. These are all underlying causes of low HDL. So the cholesterol gets real high because a lot of these foods your body's unable to break down. They wouldn't see the movie Super Size Me. Saw that? That's a definite rental or purchase or Netflix type of thing, right? You gotta watch Super Size Me. So what they do in the documentary is they have this guy Morgan Spurlock, who does a lot of documentaries. He's in really good shape. Looks like he works out a lot, eats healthy. His girlfriend or wife on the show was a naturopath. And he decides to eat McDonald's 3 times a day. If they ask him, do you want it supersized, he has to say yes. And they do all the blood work before, all the blood work during and after. And what happened around day 20, 21? They says you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease phase 1. Why? The fats in that food the body cannot break down. They told him whatever you're doing, you need to stop because you're killing yourself. And that's what he was eating right there. They used to be looked at as value meals, right? Were they called value meals? Maybe they still are. They are, right? Well, the value has been lost because now they're $6 a piece. Not only that, what do you pay on the back end? I think George Carlin had a joke where he says, it's only $1 to get a meal at McDonald's, but, it costs you thousands of dollars down the road for bypass, right? So you got to look at it. And then, Starbucks, you really got to watch what you get there because that stuff is loaded with heavy fat and heavy sugar. Some of those drinks are 800,000-900,000 calories a piece. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to watch. So there's different cholesterol testing that you can get. And then there's some strategies. It all goes back to the lifestyle program. That's what we've been preaching here. Doc for 40 years, myself for 25 years. It's lifestyle. It's the food you eat. It's your movement, your stress management, your ability to sleep. And now, being that the food's so poor and our requirements are so high, you need supplementation. It's to the point now where we know this for a long time, right? Even the American Medical Association said what in 2002? Eat right and take a multivitamin. For the first time in 40 years, they changed their position. So a lot of different diets work out there, but I think we'd all agree that we want to eat whole foods, right? Unprocessed. And you can eat a variety, just don't overeat anything. But the modified Mediterranean diet is very common in our field. It's an anti-inflammatory diet. It's a heart diet, weight, whatever you want to call it. it works very well because it's giving you your body the food that it needs without any of the junk food or extra calories. So that's the Mediterranean diet. I think we all are familiar with that, but we have copies of it for you. You know, limit or eliminate the red meat. Eat some fish or maybe some lean protein. Can do organic eggs, may not. You want to eat a lot of greens, salads, vegetables, some fruit, right? Unprocessed carbs, such as what? Yams, sweet potatoes, maybe oatmeal, steel cut oats. Exercise we were talking about. Really, there's 3 types of exercise you need to focus on. And that's what? Strength, endurance, and flexibility. So strength, you can lift weights, you can do machines, you can do bands, you can do calisthenics. Endurance, you can do bike, you can do swimming, you can do rowing, whatever it may be. And flexibility is often the part that's often missed the most, right? You got to stretch. When do you stretch? Before, during, or after? I think during and after is better. Because before, you may not be warmed up enough, right? So do some warm-up, and then do your exercise, and stretch during and after the exercise. If you need a personal trainer, let me know, and I can hook you up with a qualified trainer in your area that can either come to your house or meet you at a facility, or you can go to their facility. And it's always a good idea to have somebody help you set up a program so that you maximize your production and minimize your opportunity for risk, right, for injury. So stress reduction. A lot of diseases of the heart can respond beautifully to lifestyle changes, support, reduce stress. So one of the things Dr. Orbach was teaching earlier was, deep breathing, right? So this can be vital to your success. Deep breathing is very important. Managing your day, not overcommitting. I used to always say yes to everyone, and I would see I overcommitted, and now the stress of calling the person back or not being able to do it or trying to do too much at once. So now what I do is I say, that sounds like a great idea. Let me check with my family and my schedule for work, and then I can get back to you and let you know if this is something I can do or not. Rather than always saying yes, because then all the pressure's on you. Take the pressure off yourself. That sounds like a great idea. I'd love to be there, but let me double check and I'll get back to you. Does that make sense? You can also do things like aerobics. You can do yoga. Anyone do Pilates? A lot of things you can do that will help you manage your stress better. So here's some supplements to help with cardiovascular disease by Nutritional Frontiers. Like we talked about magnesium earlier, Magnesium Complete 300. The fish oil is vital. And the Power Q 600. That contains 300 milligrams of CoQ10 and 300 milligrams of DMG. In addition, we have things like the Cardiac Stack. Cardio Stack has L-carnitine plus DMG and CoQ10. So we like to put formulations together. Therefore, you get better results due to better compliance and the best value possible. So we have a lot of different formulations depending on what the goal is and what you're trying to accomplish. So the Cardiac Stack is fairly new still. We have 3 nutrients in one, and it's like buying L-carnitine and getting DMG and CoQ10 for free. Pretty good deal, right? So 3 in 1. The great thing about L-carnitine is L-carnitine pulls lipids or fats out of the bloodstream. And what does it do with them? Burns them for energy. Wow, that's pretty cool. So this will actually pull fats out of my blood and convert it to energy for the heart? Yes. So it's great for the heart. And what else is it great for? Fat loss. Pulls the fat right out and burns it. Yeah. So L-carnitine is the main ingredient in here. Then we have dimethylglycine, which is great for heart, liver, joints, so many different things. And then CoQ10, which we know we need as the number 1 nutrient, is in the Cardio Stack. So Cardiac has a DMG and has a U.S. patent on it. Actually, 3 U.S. patents. one for treatment arthritis and inflammation, one for modulating the immune system, and the third one for melanoma in animals. So it actually has a U.S. patent for the treatment of melanoma, which is what? Skin cancer in animals. So if your dog happens to get skin cancer, we've had 3 dogs locally that use DMG, and they're cancer-free now. So there it is, per 4 capsules. Look at the dose of L-carnitine, 1,800 milligrams. 300 milligrams of DMG and 100 milligrams of CoQ10. That's per 4. So you do 4 per day in divided doses. You can do 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon or evening. A lot of people like taking this in the morning and afternoon, but whatever works best for you. 2 and 2. So that's what we're talking about, L-carnitine. It's great also for angina, which is chest pain, heart attack, and peripheral vascular disease. Study with 200 patients with angina improved exercise tolerance, cardiac function, and lipid levels, as well as reducing the number of meds needed. Wow, that's pretty nice, right? So a lot of research on L-carnitine and give you the benefits what some of the medications aren't doing. So our fish oil, the omega-3D by Nutritional Frontiers, has actually gone through the IFOS, which is International Fish Oil Standard. There's no standard right now in the U.S. So this actually goes through and actually certified through IFOS, which is International Fish Oil Standard. So I got a 5 out of 5 rating, 1 for passing all the tests, 1 for greater than the concentration, oxidation levels are low, PCB levels are low, and dioxin levels are low. So there are levels that you have to be below, and we far exceeded those levels. So here it is, per soft gel, it's 450, and with the test show, 503. So you get an extra 53 milligrams in there. So with a naturally occurring oil and fat like this, you got to put a little more in there to guarantee you're going to get the number on the label. It also has the EPA, DHA, plus vitamin D3, right? And it was tested for what? What else was it tested for? Category 1 was label claim, right? Category 2 is what? Purity, safety, and cleanliness, so PCBs, dioxins. Category 3 was stability, did it remain stable? Category 4, heavy metals, mercury, lead. That's important, right? So all 5 categories, we got a star, so 5 stars out of 5 stars for omega-3D. Then we know the other part of the omega-3D is vitamin D3, right? So you actually get vitamin D inside the fish oil. So we like to put these formulations together because this is a pandemic now, right? But what we found is that from 1994 to 2004, number of Americans with optimal levels of vitamin D as 70, it decreased from 45, about half, to now a quarter. And it's even less now. That was 10 years ago. The numbers are dramatically going down. Why? One is we're not outside as much. And if you're outside, you put a sunscreen on of 15 or more, how much vitamin D does that block? 99%. Yeah. Right there. Good guess. Plus, where do we convert vitamin D in the body? Liver, right? So if the liver is congested with cholesterol meds, it's difficult sometimes to convert that. You go over a couple more here. We just don't want to be late. We got another speaker coming up real soon. So Power Fuel, this is great for energy. So if you want to work out, you want more energy, or your heart needs more nutrients, right? This is Power Fuel because it's fuel for the heart. It contains things like ribose. What is ribose? Ribose is a sugar you do not convert to fat. It doesn't raise your blood sugar, but it's a sugar your cells will use, adds energy very quickly. So it gives people energy that need it for their heart. We talked about L-carnitine, but we have L-carnitine in here. L-carnitine pulls fats out of the blood and does what? Burns it for energy, right? DMG, which we talked about. Malic acid, which is great for what? Sore muscles. So if you have sore muscle, you have a lot of lactic acid buildup, you have fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, malic acid here really helps a lot. In addition, we have rhodiola, bromelain, and protease, some great enzymes, and CoQ10. Seven Flowers, doc's been utilizing this for blood pressure since I know it, 15 years. Right? Seven Flowers for blood pressure and also eye pressure and stress. Cholesterol Care, which we're out of right now, but we have some of the other nutrients in here, is great if you want some modest management of cholesterol. Maybe you want to raise the HDL, lower the LDL, lower the total cholesterol. Cholesterol Care 2 is coming out in early 2015, so take a look at that one. We made some dramatic and great improvements to it. PowerQ, which we went over. And here's the Cardiac Solutions. Everyone get one of these? Oh, yeah? Okay. So this is Cardio Solutions. Here, you got it? Cardio Solutions. So everything we went over is right in here. It's obviously for the heart, right? Everyone can see that in the front. Here is some of the reasons why a healthcare professional would recommend this. Here are the symptoms you may be suffering with. Maybe high blood pressure, AFib, restless legs, heart attack, chest pain, stroke, a lot of different things that you can be suffering with. Here's the protocol, what you can do. Here's your diet right here. We'll follow this. And on the back, we can help you today, if you have any questions, customize your nutritional program, your activity, relaxation and sleep, and then customize nutrients. Everyone got that? Yeah. Any questions on this at all? Everybody? Good. All right, so this is the final one right here. If you have any questions or you want to try some samples of the CoQ10 we have over there, we also have all the Pro Colors samples out there. And we'll be here till 7 o'clock tonight. If you have any questions, let us know. We can answer those for you either in a group, or if not, it's more personal, we can do one-on-one for you. So thanks, folks. I appreciate it. Great group as always. And next speaker will be up in about 10 minutes. Thank you.